Hello and welcome. I'm Alyssa, Yogiano. Enjoy this Vinyasa flow for strength and flexibility. I'm standing here at Studio Exhale in Crescent, one of the wonderful studios I teach at. It's a beautiful space, and I'm so happy to be shooting this class here today. Thank you for joining me. And as always, do what feels good for you and your body. Nobody knows your body better than you. Today we're going to start on our mat in our downward facing dog. Just beginning to stretch through the backs of the legs, prepare our body, pressing into all parts of the hands. And then coming into your down dog in a way that feels good for you, maybe coming up and down on the toes, sinking heels towards the mat, maybe pedaling out the feet a little bit here. Just starting to loosen up and feel maybe where you're still holding on. Send some deep breath there and let that go. Generously bend in your knees and fold your upper body towards your thighs. And then sink your heels back towards the mat. Inhale high on the toes, plank waves. Exhale, ripple forward super slowly all the way until your shoulders track over your wrists. High plank. Inhale to hold here. Exhale, ripple back, hips lead you high, downward facing dog. 2 more like that. Inhale up on the toes. Exhale, slowly ripple forward, 1 vertebrae at a time. High plank. Inhale to hold, pulling belly button to spine. Exhale, hips lead up and back, down dog. 1 more. Inhale, up high on the toes. Exhale, ripple forward, preparing side body and spine for practice. And holding here in your high plank for about 3 breaths, just getting really strong, building that heat, pressing into the palms of the hands, shoulders away from the ears, and strong in your midsection, and building that fire to carry you through practice. Exhale, hips lead up and high, down dog. Inhale, up on the toes, gaze at your hands, and slowly step up to meet your hands, top of the mat, forward fold, ragdoll when you arrive. Maybe grab opposite elbows here. You can shake out your head yes, shake it out no, so you're not holding in the neck. And just enjoy this space, gently releasing, allowing yourself to just slow down a bit, not feeling any need to really rush here, and carry that sensation, that thought with you throughout practice, taking the time you need. Gently begin to release that bind and come into your first halfway lift. Palms pressed into the shins, reach to the crown of the head. Exhale, fold. On your inhale, root to rise, standing all the way up, sweeping arms high. Gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, momentary pause with hands at heart center, maybe setting an intention if that feels good for you. On your next inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, dive, forward fold. We're going to take these half sun salves about 3 times. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, sweep the arms high, gaze at the thumbs, and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms high, creating nice mobility through the shoulders. Exhale, heart leads forward, hips lead back, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, sweeping arms high, pulling belly button to spine. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, dive. Using breath with movement here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping high. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, bow, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, and this time step all the way back to your downward facing dog. When you arrive, inhale high on the toes. Ripple all the way forward on an exhale to your high plank. Inhale, momentary pause, hold. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, feet and hands press into the mat, everything else lifts. Exhale, hips lead up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep right leg straight up and high behind you. And on an exhale, use lower abdominals to pull that knee in towards your chest. Drop the foot between the hands and rise, high crescent lunge. So back toes are flexed into the mat, the heel is lifted, and your left knee, you're pulling up to engage your quad. Think about squaring the hips here. Knit the ribs in so they're not splaying open. Relax shoulders away from the ears. And then on an exhale, right arm lowers and you twist towards the inner right thigh. Inhale up to center. Exhale, gently twist, detoxifying. Inhale to center. Exhale, final twist, hold here. And then bring your hands to heart center at the chest. Lower the inside of the left tricep to the outside of the right thigh. Press, press, press into your hands, twisting, twisting. A little bit more of a heated twist than those more cooling twists we were just doing. Option to lower the back knee down if you'd like a little less. Think about continuing just to press into the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms high, open up, warrior two. Checking in first with your foundation, my little demonstration here, lining up front heel to back arch, and then maybe pressing right knee out towards right pinky toe, gazing over your front fingertips, and then notice your midsection pulling up from the lower belly. Take a big inhale, sweep the arms high, gaze at the fingertips, straighten the leg. Exhale back to your warrior two, and interlace your fingers at your lower back. Pull down with the fist, lift the chest, and waterfall, wave into your humble warrior from your warrior two. So it's a little bit deeper hip stretch, lifting knuckle bounds up towards the sky. Definitely an intense posture, but just allowing you to kind of intensely surrender to this day. Inhale, sweep it up high, warrior two, and then straighten through the front leg. Turn your toes in, coming to a wide-legged straddle. First, lift the chest, empowering your day, accepting love into your life. And exhale, forward fold. Do what feels best for you here. Finding a little relaxation, a little release of the hamstrings. Either walking your hands back or finding ankles. And we'll be here for about 3 more breaths. Deeply inhaling and exhaling. Begin to inhale into a flat back. We're going to take some lateral lunges. So turn your toes slightly out. And exhale, track left knee over left ankle. Inhale through center and exhale right knee over right ankle. We'll continue to do this for a few rounds. And hands can either be tracking low on the mat or hands at heart center. And we're going to also prepare to come into a twist. So lower right hand to the outside of the left foot and then reach left arm straight up and high and feel that a nice intense stretch through the inner thigh. And coming through center, gently switching left hand outside of the right foot, right arm reaches up high. Inhale to center. And we'll continue to move like this, just one single breath on each little twist, 2 on each side. Final round here on each side. And then begin to lower right hand down, pivoting forward to a lunge, framing the front foot. And bringing both hands inside of that right foot, get really strong and firm in the left hand and stack right foot on top of left, coming into your side plank. Think about lifting, lifting, lifting the hips, almost creating a rainbow with side body. And if it's okay for you, you can lift top leg. Using your breath here, pressing into your palms, lifting the hips. Exhale, lower right hand down. Try to keep right leg lifted if that's okay for your vinyasa, lower low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Awesome job. Take a few resting breaths here, pedaling out the feet, folding upper body to thighs. And on your next inhale, sweep left leg straight up and high, and then draw that knee into your chest. Drop the foot between the hands and rise, high crescent lunge. Think about drawing left hip back, right hip forward to square the hips, and then relax shoulders away from the ears, spreading your fingers wide. Engaging in your glutes and your quads, creating a really strong lower body foundation. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, left arm leads you down, twist. Inhale, up to center, nice fluid dancing movements. Exhale to twist. Inhale, up to center. Exhale, gentle twist, left arm leads down, opening your chest. Pause here. Bring hands to heart center and lower down, coming into a more heated twist, pressing into your palms, looking over the back shoulder. And once more, thinking about relaxing shoulders away from ears and twisting from your core, not from your neck or your hips. Option to lower the back knee down. Otherwise, staying really strong in that back leg, strong in your front leg. And think about all the wonderful detoxifying benefits of this nice heating twist. On an inhale, spiral arms open, coming to your warrior two. Again, checking in with the foundation, front heel to back arch. And then sinking nice and deep into that front thigh, trying to get it parallel to the mat. Anytime your mind starts to wander here, gently bring it back to the focus of the breath, staying strong in your warrior two. Inhale, flip the palms, straighten through the front legs, send the fingertips high, and exhale, waterfall warrior, press palms together, interlace the fingers, lift the chest, and waterfall the chest down inside the left thigh. Maybe press left shoulder a bit into the thigh. And enjoy this nice posture, stretching through the hips. On your next inhale, use that bind to pull you all the way up to stand. Straighten through the front leg, turn the toes in. Once more, coming to a wide-legged straddle. This time taking a bind, so either interlacing fingers, pressing palms together, or grabbing opposite elbows, whatever feels better for you. And think about drawing shoulder blades in towards one another, lifting from the heart. Exhale, hinging from the hips, forward fold. As you're ready, begin to release whichever bind you chose. Relaxing shoulders and just enjoying a few more breaths in the wide-legged straddle. Finding a little freedom here to do what feels best for you. On an inhale, come to the fingertips, halfway lift, preparing for a few more lateral lunges on this side. Starting on the right knee, tracking over right ankle, left knee over left ankle, stretching through the inner thighs. And once more, continuing to move like this, however feels best for you. Fingertips can be down on the mats, or maybe you begin to take these twists. Right hand outside the left foot, left arm reaches up. And switching each side. Opening your heart, your chest towards the opposite wall each time. This time, pausing, framing the front foot, coming into your low lunge, preparing for right side plank. So getting really strong in that right hand, stacking left foot on top of right. Lift your hips high. Spread your fingers wide. Really strong in the core, and lift top leg if it feels okay for you. A few breaths here. One more big inhale, lift, lift, lift a little bit more. Exhale, left hand comes down. Try to keep that left leg floating. Lower down halfway. Inhale, up dog, top of the feet, hands. Everything else lifts. Exhale, up and over your toes, downward facing dog. Few resting breaths here. Maybe allow yourself to shake out the head yes and no. Bend in the knees just a bit, gaze forward, but this time walk your hands to the back of the mat to meet your feet. Forward fold when you arrive, let it go. Preparing for our chair pose here, begin to toe heel your feet towards one another. And on an inhale, sweep your mat with your fingertips, drop your tailbone low and rise to your chair pose. Fierce pose. Maybe a little wiggle if it feels good for you. Take a peek down at your toes. Make sure you can see them out in front of your knees. Lean into the heels. Bring your hands to heart center, preparing for our chair twists. Left elbow comes outside the right thigh. Press, press, press into your palms. Gaze over that back shoulder, down at your toes, whichever feels better for your neck. And then use the breath here in this challenging posture, really challenging for the quads and even the core. So every inhale, think about lengthening through the head. And every exhale, think about sitting a little deeper, twisting a little deeper, hips below your hearts. Get the most out of this posture as you can, as intense as it may be. Exhale, forward fold, release, just let it go. Toe heel your feet about hips distance apart. Take those peace fingers, hook your big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, elbow splay out to the side, forward fold. Maybe lean a little bit more into the balls of the toes. You're kind of putting a little pressure on the fingers here, but not too much. No one wants to fall forward or over or anything like that, but just let it be a bit of pressure. Every breath here, continue to find a little bit of a deeper release, a deeper fold. Gently begin to release that bind. Toe heel the feet back towards one another. Once more, coming for our chair twist. So inhale, sweep your mat, drop your tailbone low, sit into that chair. Upper body rises, chair, fierce pose. Bring hands to heart center. Exhale, fold over the thighs. Take a moment to inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, twist, twist, twist. If you want to try a deeper twist, you can create a fist with the lower hand and press into the top hand, just finding a little bit of a deeper twist. Continue to think about sitting deep, hips below heart. Maybe check in with your knees, make sure one isn't popping out past the other. One more big inhale, twist a little bit more. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. You can take toes pose once more or gorilla pose, palms to face up. Slide the hands underneath the feet, toes fine, wrist creases. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And smile here because chair pose is behind us. Again, just allowing yourself to let go in this posture, not holding in the neck. So maybe give it a little shake, yes, a little shake no. Begin to release your bind here. Bend generously in the knees. Tuck your chin to your chest and super slowly ragdoll all the way up to stand one vertebrae at a time. Head's the last to come up. When you arrive, roll shoulders back, down, and away. We're coming into a little bit of a standing balance, starting with our right leg as our foundation. So engaging through that right quad, engaging through your core. And then inhale, left knee comes to about hips height. And we're going to take our toe, but option here to hook your fingers around your shin and draw the knee in, and you can stay here. Or hook your toe with your peace fingers and try to extend that left leg straight out in front of you. The knee can be bent here. It doesn't have to be in a full extension. And just practicing that focus of the mind, the balance. If you fall in and out, that's okay. And careful not to let the left hip pop up and open too much. Maybe play with drawing the leg in towards your chest a bit more. A little micro bend in the extended leg. Keeping leg lifted, flex your toes forward and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake that leg out, let it go. A lot in the leg, a lot in the lower abdominals. And coming in on the other side, so left leg is our foundation this time, engaging through the quad. Hug your right knee up and into your chest, holding here. Or option to take that big toe with your peace fingers. So interlace the fingers around the big toe, keeping knee bent as I'm demonstrating here, or extend straight out in front of you. Left arm can be on your hip or extended, whatever feels best. Once more, maybe playing with drawing that leg up towards your chest, trying to keep your shoulders stacking over your hips, so careful not to lean forward or back here. Doing best to keep leg lifted and extended. Flex your toes and little pulses here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Shake it out. Let that prana energy flow throughout the body. Inhale, sweep arms high. Gaze up at the thumbs. Exhale, bow, forward folds. Line your hands up with your feet about hips distance and walk all the way out to your high plank. Take a big inhale when you arrive. Exhale, hips lead up and back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, high on the toes. Exhale, ripple forward, one vertebrae at a time, high plank. Low plank. Up dog. Down dog. Inhale, right leg sweeps straight up and high. Exhale, step it through between the hands. And open up, preparing for triangle pose. Front leg straight. And evenly distribute the weight in both legs. Reach and lengthen over right leg as much as you can. And lower right hand down to a shin, your toes. If you have a block, you can use a block here. And then make sure your shoulders are stacking one on top of the other. Rib cage aligned with that front thigh, so careful not to let the chest fall forward. And then see here that you're not relying too much on that lower hand. So if you could float it and notice the core engagement in this posture. Begin to wiggle the top fingers. And then lower that left hand down, bending into your right knee, tracking it over right ankle. Bring both of your hands inside of the right foot. Lower left knee down and heel toe right foot to the edge of the mat. Coming into our lizard pose. So you can stay right here or lower right arm down. See if you can lower down to the forearms. This might be intense for you. If not, it's very accessible. Curl through left toes and lift left knee. Wherever you are, whether it's up on the palms, down on the forearms, or with the knee lifted, let your head hang heavy here and enjoy this nice, intense hip opening. If you feel that palms aren't enough but forearms are too much, you can also stack blocks or a book. Begin to get really strong in your forearms, pressing into your hands, pressing into your forearms. Lift shoulders away from ears. And if you're on your palms, step right back to down dog or lift that right foot off the mat and gently set it back to meet the left. Coming into your dolphin plank. We'll be here for about 5 breaths, really strengthening in the shoulders, really strengthening in the core. Coming into these final challenges of practice, the shorter practice, building up as much heat as we can. Continue to lift through the thighs, energize out through the heels, press into your right hand, then your left, coming up and back into your downward facing dog. Take a big inhale, fill up as much as you can. Lift the left leg. Exhale, step it through between the hands, opening up, preparing for triangle on the other side. Straighten through the front leg. Front hip comes in, back hip reaches out, left arm lengthens over the left leg. And finding the posture that's best for you, whether that's hands on the shin, at the toes, on a block or a book, whatever you have at home that is good for assistance. And then reach that right top arm straight up and high. Once more, think about the legs here. We're not putting all the weight in our front leg, evenly distributing. Think about that core engagement as well. Here I have lifted my bottom arm and placed it on my heart, so I'm really feeling that core engagement as opposed to leaning into that bottom arm. Wiggle the top fingers, preparing for a lizard pose. Top arm floats down, left knee tracks over left ankle, right knee lowers down, and heel toe left foot to the edge of the mat. Taking the expression that you need, either palms, forearms, or stacking books and lowering forearms there. Optional lift the back knee. Allow this to be a nice release for the hips, sending deep inhales to the hips or any intensity you might be feeling, and deep exhales, just let that intensity go. And again, as the mind starts to wander, just gently bring it back to the sensation of the breath in this posture. Getting ready for that dolphin plank once more. Final big challenge. Lift left leg, step it back to meet the right. In our Dolphin Plank, you can lower knees here, or again, you can be right in your down dog. But get really strong here, just a few more breaths. Maybe blowing out of your mouth like you're blowing out a candle, and then press into right hand, then the left. Send hips high, downward facing dog. A few restful breaths, pedaling out the feet. Take a big inhale, fill up as much as you can. And an exhale, let it all go. Send the knees wide as the mat. Sink the hips back, child's pose. Enjoy this gentle hip stretch. Continue to send the hips towards the heels. Breathing deep, feeling upper back expand and contract with your breath. On an inhale, coming towards puppy pose, slide the hands forward wide as the mat and sink your heart and your chin down into the mat. You can stay in child's pose here, but this is just a nice deep stretch for the back. Hips lined up over the knees. Getting that nice stretch to the back of the shoulders. And then rolling all the way forward, coming to your belly, lying down. And then we're just going to flip onto our backs like you're a chocolate chip pancake, just flipping right on over, laying down all the way onto our mats, onto our backs. Feet are about hips distance apart, preparing for our bridge pose. So check in with those feet, make sure they're hips distance, then press into the heels and roll up the back one vertebrae at a time, lower back, mid back, upper back. Interlace your fingers, press the palms together, and then walk your shoulder blades in towards one another, one at a time. Chin to chest and gaze is up, careful not to look side to side here. Every inhale, continue to press into the heels and lift, lift, lift from the hips. Drawing the thighs towards one another, so strong in our thighs. One more big inhale here, lift a little more. Exhale, arms out by the side like a T and slowly begin to roll down the spine one vertebrae at a time. Windshield wiper the legs side to side, releasing lower back. And draw your knees into your chest, hugging your knees. Gently rock side to side, giving your spine a little massage. And then giving our lower abdominals a little massage, stimulating our natural digestive system. A few little circles with the knees for the lower belly. 3 to one side, and then the other side, following the circles with your breath. Evenly balancing circles on each side. And gently set the feet down. Send the feet long and wide as the mat, open to the side, coming to our final resting pose. Arms come by your sides, palms face up, eyes closed. And I invite you to stay here as long as time allows. Allowing any thoughts that may come into the mind to gently pass by, like a cloud in the sky, returning your attention to the sensations of the breath, the belly or the chest as it rises and falls in Shavasana. If you're ready, begin to curl your knees into your chest and gently roll over to your right side using your right arm as a pillow, allowing a few restful breaths here, just slowly, gently returning. And then pressing into your hand, doing best to keep eyes closed. Come up to a comfortable seat, bringing your hands to heart center, bow in your head. And as always, ending your practice with gratitude for yourself and for your body for being able to accomplish all that it did. Together we bow and say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining, yogis. I really hope you enjoyed the class. If you did, maybe give it a thumbs up below or leave a comment and let me know some other types of shorter version classes you'd like to try out here on my Yogiano YouTube channel. To stay tuned for what those might be, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you here soon. Namaste.